An iconic player on one of the NBA's most storied franchises, Kobe Bryant was a portrait of sheer will to win and dedication to his craft. He was a league MVP, a two-time finals MVP, the Lakers' all-time leading scorer, and during his 20 seasons in Los Angeles, he won 5 NBA titles.
He had that it factor.
I'm young, but not going to back down from anyone.
I'm going to go in there and I'm going to work hard every day.
As a rookie, it was like he acted as if he belonged already.
Here comes Bryant. Oh, mesmerizing!
He played without fear.
Kobe inside the three-point arc, fades and fires and hits. Kobe Bryant has hit a shot at the buzzer!
He impacted so many people on and off the court, all over the world, on top of being at the very, very top of the game. So there's something in him that transcended basketball.
81-point game.
And to see that performance was unbelievable. Pump fake shot, reverse spin shot. Y'all watch it. Yeah, I study it.
Whenever you talk basketball, you got to speak his name. He is basketball. You can't have a basketball conversation without Kobe Bryant.
The Lakers repeat back-to-back titles.
He's the youngest starter in NBA All-Star Game history. At guard from the Los Angeles Lakers, Kobe Bryant.
The first time I knew Kobe Bryant was real is when we was at an All-Star game and he comes to me and say, "Big bro, GP, tell me how every time I can't never get over a pick with you and you get over a pick with me and stay in front of me. Could you teach me?" When a young guy who is that talented and is coming up and becoming who he is, to come and ask another guy to teach him how to do something.
Payton with the spin, Bryant, Kobe's first All-Star hoop.
It shows volumes of what he was. And I wasn't afraid to giving them tips. In the same year, he made all defensive team, first team with me.
Here's a steal by Kobe. Watch this play.
And then he continued to make it with me year after year. And I just thought about that and I said, that's a kid that had determination and fight and wanted to play basketball and do it the right way.
The young man that you think may be as good a shooting guard or as good a player as in this game, and that's Kobe Bryant.
Very special human being, man. I mean, like a lot of people know Kobe because of what he done on the basketball court, especially his career with the Lakers. But I've been knowing him since we were kids, and you know, very special human being, taught me a whole lot, especially from the simple fact of having a killer instinct. Like, people seen that when you hear Mamba mentality, like, people hear that late, like Kobe championships, you know, MVPs and everything like that. No, he had that Mamba mentality at 15, 16 years old. I can remember being in a room late at night, because we were roommates on all AAU events, McDonald's All-American Game, Magic Johnson Run Ball Classic.
Dakota with the bounce pass, and Bryant jams it home, and that got him up out of the seats in some high five.
And I can remember we were playing, and Tim Thomas was the #1 player in the country at that time. And Kobe didn't want to go to sleep that night. He was restless, and he would do this multiple times a night. He would just walk around my bed, because my bed was here, his bed was there. He would just walk around my bed, and he was like, "Hey man, Rip, tomorrow, you know, they got Tim Thomas as the #1 player in the country. I should be the #1 player in the country. I'm gonna go out there and show the world." He said, "Watch, just wait and see." And I'm like, "Bro, go to sleep, man. Like, we got 3 big games tomorrow, because we got to win the tournament." He's like, nah, look, trust me, I'm gonna have my A game. I'm gonna come out there and I'm just gonna destroy everybody that's out on the floor, regardless who's guarding me.
Kobe Bryant at the other end, explosion.
And Kobe came out there and showed the world why he should have been the #1 player in the country. I mean, he showcased his ability to score, to attack, and to dominate. We ended up winning that game, and when you looked at the ratings after that game, Kobe Bryant was the #1 player in the country.
I knew Kobe Bryant was going to be special from day one. Reminded me of myself. When I first came into the league at 19, I wanted it out. Give it to me. Take all the shot. I want it. So when he came in and he was doing all that, and we had to like, "Hey, young fella, slow down." But he would never slow down. You know, all that First to come to practice, last to leave, that was him. He'd be practicing moves, and like if you see a player do a move, he'd practice it the next day, and he's just a guy that I definitely wouldn't have won 3 in a row without.
Kobe dribble drives. Kobe. Oh, what a slam dunk. My God. A three-peat and a sweep.
3, that's 3.
Bryant somehow getting it up and over Channing Frye.
We're Western Conference Finals, Game 6. We're triple teaming Kobe, right? Like I'm looking at Lamar Odom, and coach is like, go. Jason Richardson, Jared Dudley, Grant Hill, we're running at Kobe. He shoots a fadeaway from God knows where. Swish.
Shot clock now to 5. Bryant, yes. And that was a little tap to Alvin Gentry.
Add insult to injury, Kobe. I mean, what a shot. I mean, you can't defend that.
Slaps Alvin Gentry on the butt. I don't know what he said. Something to the effect of, good try. But you know what was crazy? Was like when we would watch the film afterwards, we would just laugh. You're just like, what? Like him shooting left-handed shots, him calling out plays as our coach is calling out plays. Like these are things that we could see on film where you're just like, what, how? Like, how does he do it? You know how he does it, but at that attention to detail, it's not weird, it's next level.
Bryant again going to work, falls down. He immediately grabbed for that left Achilles area.
What sums up Kobe Bryant, the late great Kobe Bryant, is he tears his Achilles heel and he shoots those free throws. Might add, he makes it.
The Lakers down by 2 and they want him and need him at the free throw line. Got it.
And walks off. That to me, and also the game he had, his last game of his career.
The Lakers down 1. Will Kobe give them one last gamer? On the move with the jumper.
Summed up the entire, I would say, mindset of a Kobe Bryant, how he approached the game.
And one of the great farewell performances in any sport. Kobe Bryant, 60 points.
Stories I've heard as he's locked himself up 24 hours watching film after losses. Some of the stories you heard that he shot 4 or 5 hours after games at an outside hoop. Some of the stories you heard and saw, you know, wrists, fingers, playing left-handed, playing through all these injuries. That's Kobe Bryant.
Welcome to the Kobe Show. Take 2.
It's so crazy. The night before the game, we're at a wing spot or something, and we're smoking cigars. It was like outside in Charlotte. You know, Kobe was just talking about like history, and so we fast forward to the game, and we're down, obviously, and we're in the huddle, and coach is drawing up a play, and Kobe like literally just stopped the whole stop the play drawing up, stop the whole like huddle, got it right in between and said, look, take the ball out right here, and whoever want to be a part of history, take the ball out and throw it into me. And I immediately remember Lamar saying, I want to be a part of history, like I'm gonna throw it in. And eventually Luke ended up throwing the ball in.
Bobcats by 1. Kobe up top. Bryant for the win.
How good is Kobe Bryant?
Kobe had came off like a slice screen, got the ball at the top, followed through, and literally looked right at me, winked his eye like I told you, like game. And everybody just like ran, grabbed him, went through the tunnel, and literally the rest was history.
Well, Kobe came into the league and just tried to start taking over right away, didn't he?
He did. I mean, he came in right out of high school, and early on, I mean, I think of those images of him in the playoffs against Utah, taking those shots, coming up short, but not being afraid, and really, you know, wanting and pursuing excellence, wanting to be the best, and you saw that right away. Interesting for me that after that season, I remember I was in Los Angeles, and it might have been August, early August, and I went up to the men's gym one night. It might have been like a Friday night at Westwood, at UCLA, the men's gym, and Kobe's in there with his trainer, and it might have been 10:30 at night, and he's getting after it. I mean, sweating, working on his game, working really hard, like on a Friday night. And so I'm just going in there to shoot some free throws. And next thing you know, he wants to play one-on-one. And I'm like, all right, why not? And this, he's only 19 or whatever, so I'll have my way. And I could not believe the intensity and how hard he played. He competed on every possession in that one-on-one moment. Nobody was there, just the three, the two of us and his trainer. And I had to work my tail off. I wasn't expecting that in that moment, but like that to me was when I realized, okay, this kid has something. He's special.
We were in Vegas, and coach drew up a play for him at the top of the key to go ISO one-on-one. And as they're leaving the huddle, he's telling everybody, I'm about to dunk on this fool. I'm about to dunk on this fool.
Here we got a dribble drive, change of direction. Oh! And Kobe Bryant is fouled. What a play by the guest. Nick, did you see where he jumped from?
I don't think our reactions was because of the dunk. Our reaction was because he said he was about to do that dunk. And that's why we were just like, oh my God, we cannot believe he just said what he was going to do and he did it. And it was spectacular at the same time. And it was one of the craziest things because, you guys say stuff all the time. But to hear from a rookie who never really played NBA games said, I'm about to dunk on this fool. And when I tell you he crossed that dude up right to left cross and I think Ben Wallace tried to take a charge. Oh my, that was one of the special moments of Kobe, and like just you knew he was gonna take off from there. You just knew it.